What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you are returning, I appreciate it. If this your first time, go ahead on and hit the like, share, subscribe button. Because look, we do everything over here. We talk about celebrity mess, real world shenanigans, and all kinds of stuff. Now, today, I had to get on here, one, because I've been busy. Y'all know I'm working on my prototype. So I have been busy trying to make sure that I put my money in the right places. So y'all gotta forgive me. Y'all know consistency is key, but I had to take care of some stuff. So anyway, but I saw about that Michigan coach, Mr. Moore. They got fired and then arrested. They got the reports that are circulating about the coach who got fired and arrested in the same night. And it's not even like a PR stunt. It's more of a PR nightmare. Now, before anybody starts yelling in the comments or whatever, now let's clear it up. We're talking reported events and ongoing developments, not convictions, right? But the timing alone raises questions. Okay, so fire internally and facing law enforcement intentions. I mean, that's kind of a situation schools try to quietly manage, and this one clearly didn't stay quiet. Now, this story is still developing, but the bigger conversation is accountability and leadership roles and how fast institutions distance themselves once the heat show up. You hear what I'm saying? Then we're gonna talk about Marlon Wayans because after he kind of defended Diddy a little bit, the internet has been on his neck. And after Diddy's name keep popping up in these different lawsuits and allegations, people are starting to call out celebrities who've been around him for years. And Marlon responded saying that he's been knowing Diddy for like 15 years. He attended parties. He said he never seen anything inappropriate involving himself. And here's the thing. This is where the nuances matter, right? Because being around someone doesn't automatically mean you're guilty of anything, but it also doesn't erase the bigger conversation about who knew what and when. And Marlon says he's protecting his integrity. The public says silence isn't neutral anymore. This is one of it's going I don't think this is going away anytime soon. Then we're gonna talk about LiAngelo Ball and the breakup and his whole family fallout because he did open up about his breakup and his family dynamics. But he immediately after that, he said some not so nice things, and so his future ex-wife, she went off and she clowned him and called him all kind of deadbeats and everything. She didn't hold back. She accused him of being absent, unserious, and more focused on his image than responsibility. And then once again, this turns into a bigger conversation about fame versus fatherhood and how social media becomes the courtroom. Now, the Ball family is no stranger to the public drama, but this one feels more personal than usual. You get what I'm saying? And then we're gonna wrap it up with Khloé because we gotta lighten it up a little bit. Khloé Kardashian, if you don't know who I'm talking about, she's flirting with a school teacher, and baby, look, the man shot his shot. That's what they say. Shoot or shoot. The internet reacted. Some people have mixed feelings. Some people love to see Chloe having fun. Others immediately question power dynamics the optics, the boundaries, or whatever. Either way, Chloe stays being Chloe, unbothered and unpredictable. And I really do like Chloe. For some strange reason, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think all the Kardashians at one point had their mean girl image that was portrayed out, but it is what it is. Now listen. Now let's get on to these here stories. I hope y'all having a wonderful day today. I really do appreciate y'all clicking out. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know why I thought it would just be easy as pie to look for or to talk to these different like manufacturers and the lawyers and things like that. So some of the lawyers are like, well, before we could talk to you, we need to know what manufacturer you're working with because we don't want to conflict interest. And then some lawyers, they're willing to go and tell me all these different prices and stuff, but still in all, it's just so much. And then with the manufacturers, the lawyers, they're gonna go and check them out. But I also want to make sure that they meet to what I want because I don't want the lawyers to be picking my manufacturers. You get what I'm saying? I want to pick out my manufacturers. I want to pick out my lawyers. I want to introduce them. I don't want them to be you get what I'm saying? If you know, you know. So the former University of Michigan head coach, Sherrone Moore, is at the center of an ongoing investigation following his arrest and sudden firing this week. Now I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but this happened like 2 days ago, right? So through prosecutors, the prosecutors are basically saying that they need more time to figure out exactly how they're gonna be charging him, to make the decision on the charge. Now Moore is 39 and he was arrested Wednesday night and booked into the county jail following. Let me tell you what happened. So shortly after the university announced that he was being fired in a statement Thursday morning, the prosecutor office say it wasn't too long before he was being arraigned that afternoon. He ended up going to what the police are saying is that he's been charged with assault, right? So they're saying that he was taken into custody, but they didn't name him in the beginning. They just said that, hey, we got some crazy black man. We arrested him for some crazy stuff. Now, Michigan announced that they had fired him less than an hour after Oh, well, why they did all that? That was a little too much noise going on. Well, Michigan had announced that they had fired him not too long after he had got arrested, right? So word on the curb is that he was dating one of the employees that he worked. Well, actually, what they saying is that she was a OnlyFans model, and that he had hired her to work on his staff, and she's been there for years. You get what I'm saying? Convenience is key, is what they say. And so, what they saying is allegedly the rumors around the campus were getting kind of high with him having an affair with this lady, and everyone knew that he was married and his wife had just had twins, and I think she's pregnant again or something like that, or whatever the case. She had just had twins, and she's still pregnant now. Something. It was just too much, and so the university had told him like, listen, now we're either gonna you could either send her to another location, so we won't fire her. You could transfer her or you could fire her, but they were willing to transfer her. And he was like, "Nah, we're gonna go ahead on and let the bitch go." And so they fired her, and she came back and was like, "Hey, listen, let me go ahead on and drop these receipts." So I'm not sure if somebody came back because it's still all going on. I'm not sure if somebody had came back and was like, "Girl, listen, that motherfucker could have sent you somewhere else, but he chose to go ahead on and get rid of you." And she was like, "Oh, that's how we doing it? Okay, 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 I got you." And then also, he was blowing her phone up, like after he had got fired and everything, he was blowing her phone up trying to see her, and she wasn't trying to see him. So then he showed up at her house unannounced and everything. And you do not show up at any woman's house unannounced, especially if we are not answering your phone. You know what it is. You knew what it was. And so now your ass is in jail. Like, was it really that serious? I don't think it was that serious, but it is what it is. Moving on. Oh, Marlon. Marlon, Marlon, Marlon. Sometimes it's good to just mind your own goddamn business sometimes. I'm just saying. No, I'm serious. Like Marlon Wayans, he is defending himself after some of his old social media posts raised, some questions because in it he's praising Diddy and he's at the parties and all this other stuff. And it's like that deflection is really showing the reflection. You know what I'm saying? You keep talking about Diddy, 50, 50, 50, but dude, you just said you was partying with Diddy for like 15 years. Did you not hear the lady on Audrey? Audrey said that the lady told her that she accidentally walked in and Diddy and another guy were taking advantage of Audrey. And Audrey said she doesn't even remember. And the girl said that I know you don't remember because you look like you were out of it. You don't even look like you were aware of what was going on. Wow. And so, yeah, okay. I don't see how people can defend that. But, whatever. Now, 50 Cent produced that docuseries, The Reckoning, and it has been making news every day, and it's even gotten stronger. And the ratings have went up, the response went up. A lot of people are talking about it, and Diddy lawyers never wanted the program to air anyway. They even tried to stop Netflix from releasing it. The disgraced music mogul's attorney sent a cease and desist letter to Netflix in December, the beginning of December. demanding that the streaming giant not release the series. However, they said, F y'all, we're gonna go ahead on and play it anyway. Now, somebody, one of Combs' spokespersons, they said that it contained the reckoning. They had some stolen footage that was not authorized for release, calling it a shameful, hit piece, and that no way one of Diddy's legal team, members would have sent they would have consented to that. I think they probably talking about like the conversation that was caught with Diddy talking to his attorney, Mr. Acrophilio or Acrophiliac or Necrophilia. What I don't the man, But anyway, but Netflix went ahead on and released the docuseries anyway. Matter of fact, they released it the next day, and it debuted number one in several countries. Now, 50 Cent has been celebrating the show's success with his humor on Instagram and taking on anyone and everybody who has something to say about the docu series. That's whether it's Marlon Wayans or whatever. But this is where he come in at. Now, he and 50 started going back and forth after Marlon, who had been friends with Diddy for years, appeared on the Cruise Show podcast and gave his take on, the whole Reckoning the docuseries, The Reckoning, right? Now, Wayans criticized the documentary, suggesting that a filmmaker or storyteller can create any narrative. He also accused 50 Cent of kicking a man while he's down, arguing that 50 Cent that Diddy is already facing serious consequences. So, of course, 50 Cent went after Wayans via social media, telling him to keep his name out of his mouth, and fans then piled on too, with some digging up old photos of Wayans, praising Diddy. They had one where where Marlon was saying like, been doing Diddy parties for 15 years, and I must say you never let me down, Puffy. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Good times, people. Mm. I don't know. That sounds a little suspicious to me. What you think? Then when fans started saying they were going to boycott anything Wayans is involved in and not go and see any of his movies, the comedian actor went on Instagram to defend himself, insisting, I'm going to make it abundantly clear I'm not here defending Diddy. Now, Wayans claimed that his name got dragged into this, but I don't know. It sounds like he kind of got himself into it, right? Because he could have simply gave like a simple, soft answer, like, hey, I've been to a couple of, well, no, because see, you already got Instagram posts and stuff talking about how you was having a good old time. Anyway, now, meanwhile, 50 had a message for everyone who thinks his feud with Diddy is what fueled the docuseries, right? Or what is completely one sided, telling US Weekly, I'm not doing this as something like a personal mission. I'm trying to tell a story no one else is telling because I don't have the fear that others have towards him. Ooh, ooh, catch that shade, child. Mm, that was interesting, right? Now, the rapper also spoke to GQ about that and explained, he said, to be honest, just the culture itself. If someone's not saying something, then you would assume that everyone or everybody in hip hop is okay with it or what's going on. Because other rappers will say, I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to mind my business because of this, just because of his position, because of the position that he held in the culture for so long. You understand? So that's why I didn't leave it alone. You know what I mean? Without me saying that, I would be doing it. There's nothing else I could do. There's nothing else I could do. All I could do is just give y'all what it is, and y'all gonna make y'all own mind up. And that's to be honest. People gonna make their own. But I did hear that he was talking something about he wanted to do a docu series about Kim Porter, because he was saying like, people were saying like, okay, well, we've seen this 4-part docu series, but it's one important person that was missing out of Diddy's life, which is Kim Porter. And so 50 did bring that up. I saw that in another interview where he was talking about he's considering doing like a little docu series on Kim Porter, like the life and death. And did y'all know that Kim Porter and Brittany Murphy and her husband, wait, was it them three? They all like died around the same time from pneumonia. Because they say Brittany Murphy has information on, because Child, cause you know Ashton Kutcher, he got a dark past. I think I might do me a little deep dive into Ashton Kutcher. Cause y'all remember when they had accused Ashton Kutcher of being around that lady who ended up dying? Well, they found her murdered, and Ashton was the last person who had seen her, and he didn't report her being dead and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. And you know that's what they be saying, how they get the blackmail on you. They'll find out or they'll know about a crime that you committed, and then they'll use that against you. You get what I'm saying? It was like, look, you go ahead on and you do this. I'm gonna show this picture of you. I'm gonna show this evidence of you, and you're gonna go to jail for life. Mm-hmm. That's what be going on, child. That is what be going on. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead on and move on over. Now, speaking of ballers, now y'all know them baller boys. I thought that they would have did something amazing coming out of college. Coming out of high school, coming out of college, wherever they came from, because the dad just was talking so much. I didn't really know anything about the sons. I just knew the dad because he was talking so much cash money. You know what I'm saying? You had to love him, right? Now, LiAngelo Ball is stirring conversation again, and this time it is his honesty that has people talking. Days after fans noticed he appeared at his older daughter's birthday while reportedly missing the birth of his newest baby, the NBA hopeful opened up on his family's, situation on a podcast and confessed that he is wrestling with the choices that reshaped his home life. Mm. Y'all think he wondering, right? Okay. So during the sit down, G-Lo reflected on the end of his relationship with Miss Nikki Baby, known off camera as Nikki Murderess, and revealed that the breakup had weighed on him far more than he had previously let on. Now, last year, Nikki shared publicly that he had abruptly left the home, cut off contact, and told her through a message that he was moving on with Rashida Nicole. We're going to call her Nicole, who was pregnant at the time. Now, Nikki spoke out publicly at the time, revealing her feelings of shock as she should have, right? She was tired of caring for the two children on her own, and he had just up and walked out. Now, let me let y'all hear what this man had to say. Hold on.
Nikki.
When I was with Nikki, right?
When you removed yourself and moved into a different area, what exactly happened?
So
Why
we just had some
why
shit.
like why? That's
We
what the
had
world
some
wants.
shit that was going like not agreeing on type. Like she wanted me to live in Porter Ranch. I wanted her to live on shit. Like just like stuff like that. Like like grown up shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Where we just gonna live? Where these niggas gonna go to school? Like who gonna watching when we doing leaving for work and all that shit. I don't know. We was just talking a whole bunch over, going through it, and then I don't know. I don't know if I could redo it. I would. I'd have with my own ass for real. Like I'd have stayed there.
That's
But
respect.
you know what I'm saying? Though Nikki cool with me. Like I told her straight up. Like I was tweaking. I ain't got no excuse for that shit or nothing. But yeah, if I could redo it, I wouldn't do that shit.
You know what? I'm just looking at his body language, and his body language is telling me that he'll do it again. He just mad about the decision that he made. He just picked the wrong girl. But he will do it again. He also revealed that he has already apologized to Nikki, and that they maintain a cordial relationship. Now I had heard that they was back having sex with each other. They might not still be having sex, but at one point they said that, you know what I mean, she was trying to just get back at the girl, Nicole. So she had, she not topped him, they topped each other off once or twice. That's just what I heard. That's just allegation, child. But just going off his body language, I don't know if he feels it gives that you just feel bad that you thought the grass was green on the other side and it just wasn't. But if it happens again, you would do it again. If you could redo it again, you would do it again. You would. I don't see no difference. Now, Miss Nicole is pushing back after her estranged husband went ahead on and put out his little public version of they split. Now the influencer, that's what they calling these girls now. Listen, you put a camera child, just take a couple pictures, post your influencer now. Now, she welcomed her daughter. They named her Lilo. Oh, that's cute, Lilo. Oh, like Lilo and Stitch. Okay. I love that movie. Oh my God, that's such a funny little movie. But anyway, her name is Lilo Legacy Ball. Okay, all right. Okay, that's cool. She had the baby last week. Okay, like literally last week, because today's 14th, December the 14th. So she had the baby on the yeah, they don't have the exact date, but this was put out. The report was put out on the 11th, so she had the baby a week from the 11th. So let's just say the 6th or 7th. Anyway, so she responded on her Instagram after he made this statement on his podcast, about like how he felt pressured into marrying her and how he wished he had never left, never left Miss Nikki Baby. Now, she went on to say in her Instagram, she called him a clown and insisted his retelling of their relationship struggles did not add up. She said none of it makes sense, she wrote. She added that we can never take account, that he basically can't take accountability for anything. And she also rebuked the idea that he was pushed into anything and says no one forced a grown man to choose marriage or fatherhood. And Nicole has previously shared that Ball was absent throughout her pregnancy. Earlier this week, she also claimed that he still hasn't met their newborn daughter. Now, fans want to know whether Nikki is going to take, G Lo back or not. What y'all think? I think that'd be kind of pathetic, desperate, and tired if she took him back. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's only so much public humiliation that I'm gonna take, and you literally left. You went and said I'm gonna get some cigarettes or a cigar, and you ain't come back. How can I take you back? I can't trust you now. Anytime you say you're going to get some, everything now has to be DoorDash or Instacarted because I can't trust that you're going to come back. You get what I'm saying? I need you to go pick something up. Nah, I can't trust you. Last time you left, gone 2, 3 years. Mm-mm. Now, to wrap it up, this is my last story, y'all. So Khloé Kardashian, she is flirting, and I'm not mad at her. Now, Khloé might be best known for dating and flirting with celebrities and NBA players and all that, but it seems that she might be willing to entertain someone with a more traditional career path. Now, if the timing and the looks are right, I think that Chloe will do it. Chloe and they say it's a high school science teacher just went viral when she slid into his Instagram comments for a little, little flirtation. Now he's offering to take her to his school district holiday party. This is everything that we know so far, child. Now, his name is Jacob Myers. He has a pretty solid following on social media. He's a STEM teacher. He shares content on teaching, including his approach to student interaction. Still, he's not famous in a traditional sense. While Myers might not be famous for his good looks specifically, there is no denying that, the high school teacher is handsome, and Chloe is certainly noticing it, and she decided to flirt back with the man. Now, after Myers posted a video insisting that he knew there was a woman out there that would ask him about his day, Kardashian saw an opening and took it. She slid into his comment section to ask the teacher how his day was going. And the comment went viral quickly with everyone from his coworkers to his students talking about, the unexpected, comment from the Miss Khloé Kardashian. Now, Miles wasn't going to let the opportunity slip past, child. It seems his students wasn't gonna have that either, since he is clearly single and looking, and Chloe, appears to be single as well. Miles decided to shoot his shot, despite her comment boasting his confidence. He still seemed pretty nervous in the video. So I'm gonna let y'all hear the video real quick. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, all right. Wait a minute. Let me get the
A little viral. My entire town knows about it. My students keep bugging me about it, and my family group chat's just been nonstop. I figured, why not shoot my shot? This Saturday, I have a staff holiday party, and I would absolutely love if you came as my date. If you can't make that work, then maybe Chris can add you to your holiday party. But in all seriousness, I'm going to be in Southern California during winter break, and I would absolutely love to hear how the rest of your day went.
Aw, I'm here for it. I am. I know some of you haters are saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't be a Todd and Candy. Don't do it, don't do. You know what I started watching? I started watching Real Housewives of New York City season 1. I'm on season 2, child. I am telling y'all, I didn't think that I would love Ramona. I'm only in season 2, episode 2, but I love Ramona. I didn't think I would love Ramona because all you just be seeing on, I just remember like just seeing stuff like she just was seemed just racist and mean and all that. I don't know. It could be later on, but, like, I appreciate her just calling it out. I love the fact that she called out Alex and her husband, like, why he always gotta be everywhere? You get what I'm saying? And I love Jill's mother, and I love how she came okay, this is not about the Real Housewives of New York City. Okay, 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 I'm moving on. But listen, I think I might do a recap all the way up to season 9. Like, once I finish season 9, just do a full recap on it. Because, baby, I'm telling you, I was all into it. Anyway, now in the video, he asked Khloé, y'all seen in the video, he asked Khloé, "Hey, look, I'm gonna be in town. You gonna be in town. Can we hook up?" Now, I'm hoping that she respond, but from what I saw, she hasn't responded yet. But this is undoubtedly the type of holiday love story just about anyone can get behind, right? And so we're hoping that maybe Kim or Khloé or Kendall or somebody will see it and they go ahead on and chime on in and tell Khloé to go on and get her rocks kicked off because ooh, the 2 that she done picked right now just ain't it. But anyway,